the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods. You don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person. But as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it.
Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You see that title, you see that thumbnail. So come on in, grab a seat, and let's get started. So today I wanted to talk about the Jess Hilarious and TS Madison argument, fight, disagreement, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I just want to offer my opinion. I'm going to ruffle a few feathers, I already know, because this is a touchy topic, but I just feel like I have to speak on it. Okay, so let's, just start from the top. So transphobic means having or showing a dislike or prejudice against transgender people. Do I feel like every time somebody makes a comment against a trans person that they are being transphobic? No, I do not. Everybody has an opinion. People are going to say how they feel. Not everybody feels and thinks the same. That's one thing I have to say. Also, I wanted to give you a little back information on the word cisgender, the term, whatever. So cis is actually Latin for on the side of, and that cisgender term was coined in 1994, but it entered dictionaries in 2015. So it's not necessarily a new term or a new phrase. It's been around. I just think a lot of people are now being more aware of it because of the whole inclusivity, thing going on. So I first want to say, I think it's an issue because biological females feel like they have to fight for their identity because, growing up, it was only boy and girl, man and woman. So now we have all these different terms and phrases, and it's, I guess you can say is messing with people. But I think we have to first, this is where we should start. I think we have to first understand that sex and gender are not the same. Okay. So let me give you an example. Have you ever mistaken a woman to be a man? Or a little girl for being a boy? So that's what I mean by there's a difference. So as far as gender is concerned, you'll see features and, other characteristics, and you'll label them based on their outer appearance. So I guess in society, boys are supposed to be, wearing the shorts, the pants, Timberland boots, fitteds, things like that. And then you have the girls and the women that are wearing heels and nails and long hair and things like that. More feminine characteristics and a more feminine appearance. Like I said, growing up, we only knew of boy, girl, man, woman. But we have to understand that there will always be an evolution of words and terms. And I think that's what people aren't comfortable with, because now people are getting labeled something that they're not used to. But these words and terms are going to evolve just as people evolve. I feel like Jess Hilarious misunderstood. And I also feel like the LGBTQ plus community, I feel like we all get labeled as ignorant as a whole, and I don't think that's fair at all. Now, someone made a statement and said that, it's only trans women that act like this, and I think that has some truth to it. I don't really see trans men, fighting with other men. Is only us. I honestly don't know how many times I've seen a situation where it's a biological female going against a trans woman. Me personally, I've never heard a trans woman say she wanted to give birth or have a period. And those are the things that Jess Hilarious had brought up. But like I said, we have to understand that gender, okay, boy, girl, man, woman, is different from sex, female, male. Okay, I think once we understand that concept, then I think everything will be okay. So when somebody says cis woman, they're meaning that that person was born a female, but they're also identified as a woman. Now we have to be honest here. A trans man can also have a period, and he can also give birth. And I think that's the point that T.S. Madison was trying to make as well, as far as cis women are not like the gatekeepers of periods, because, like I said, trans men can have periods as well. He also has all the parts on the inside so that he's able to, have kids, have a period, breastfeed, whatever. So I think that point was misunderstood, and everybody just started, going crazy and everything. The only thing is the trans man has masculine features, and maybe the pronouns are different. he would like to be referred to as he instead of she. I feel like the label is frustrating people, cis woman. I think people want trans men and trans women to be labeled as one. So they just want the term trans and that's it. And I think self-identity is very necessary. But I also too think that homophobia caused problems for trans women and biological females because trans women and men are targeted. We already know this. But we have some women that do have masculine features, right? Even Jess Hilarious said that she was mistaken for a man.
All right, so this guy's a celebrity. This nigga DM'd me and wanted to fly me out so I could fuck him.
In the ass?
Yes, but not with a dildo. This nigga thought I was a man. He really did think I was he thought I was a transgender or transsexual. He thought I was
won the competition, didn't she?
Yeah. He thought I was transsexual.
And we joked about that. We even joked about Sierra being a man. So like I said, homophobia definitely causes issues for trans women and women that were born biologically female. So I think homophobia actually is the bigger issue here because it affects so many people, including biological women. And like I said before, we have to understand that people think differently. We all have opinions. But I think there are certain facts that are being missed and dismissed due to people's anger and people not really understanding the difference. Like I said, there is a difference between male, female, boy, girl. I saw a little girl outside, right? And I mistaken her for a boy. Why? Because she just fit that mold of what society said a boy is supposed to be. And I feel like we all have kind of, mistaken that. We're not saying that that person is a female or a male. We're just looking at the outer. And I think like we really, really, really just need to understand that there is a difference. If you've ever listened to a trans woman or man speak, they use woman and man. They do not really say female or male. Why? Because there's a difference. This whole situation I feel like got blown out of proportion, but I think it was necessary because it allows people to have that conversation. It allows people to be educated and understand things a little bit different. Now, Just Hilarious did mention that she feels that being trans is a form of mental illness. I honestly don't know what to say about that. It could be. I don't really know. I'm not a doctor. I don't know, honestly. I am not trans, so I wouldn't understand those feelings or anything like that. So I can't necessarily say it's something dealing with mental illness. But we have to stop saying that, oh, this person identifies as a man. What's the difference from me identifying as a dog? Obviously, it's not the same thing. We're talking about humans here, okay? So no, like we're making jokes talking about I identify as a loaf of bread. I identify as nail polish, shit like that. Like, that's like, I think everybody's just missing the whole picture here. I hope I was able to give some, understanding on the whole situation. Now, there's more that needs to be discussed, but, I would be here all day long. And like I said, at the end of the day, a lot of people are going to have different opinions about this. People feel different about this. I do not believe trans women want to be female. I personally don't. I think it's an outside thing. They don't want to wear the Timbs. They don't want to wear the fitties. They don't want to be masculine. It's more of a feminine versus masculine type of a thing. I don't know. Y'all comment down below. I know y'all are probably going to rip me to shreds. I know, because a lot of people do not agree with this, trans situation. They do not agree with LGBTQ community at all. Say what y'all got to say. I said what I had to say, okay? So comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next one.